Okay, this is the supplement for the first part of our week 3 environment in which we will be doing Thiessen polygons and buffers. And for those who are working in ArcGIS Online, we're going to have, there's a little bit of differences in what you can and can't do. So the first thing we have to do, of course, is add our layers from files. And again, you'll please look to your week 3 data sets, and you'll notice that there is an ArcGIS Online folder, and so you have cell towers, and you're going to be adding the study boundaries. And remember always to add those as your compressed or zip files and keep the original features. So first we'll do our study area, and then we'll add our cell towers. So we have our study area, our cell towers, and now once we're done with that, we have our studies. Unlike the ArcMap or ArcPro environment, I'm not going to have you do the limitations here, but we are going to do the analysis. And so again, the first thing we're going to do, click on Analysis, and what we are interested in is the issue of, in this case, proximity. And so again, proximity allows us to create buffers. And so when I click on buffers, what it's going to allow me to do is say cell towers by distance. And in this case, we're going to do a single, and we're going to do 5 kilometers. And we'll talk about how to do multiple ring buffers in a minute. And you'll notice here in terms of my options, I want them in my first case to overlap. I don't want them to dissolve. And so we're going to say buffers of cell towers, that's fine. And we're going to run our analysis. You'll see it's a relatively straightforward process that will create those single ring buffers. Alright, and there we have our buffers, and you'll notice that they're slightly transparent, and you can see the overlap that occurs here. And again, we have all the information associated with them. Now, the alternative to that, of course, is from our analysis. In terms of proximity, we can do buffers. And in this case, I want multiples. And so what we do here is we use spaces. So I would do 2.5 space 5 space 7.5 space 10. And we're going to do these by kilometers. And in this case, what I would like, in terms of my options, is to dissolve. The other thing that I want you to do is, you'll notice I want rings instead of disks. Remember, disks mean that they lay on top of each other and they include everything inside them. Rings mean just that. They're only that range of values. So we're going to select on rings. Results layer is fine. Buffer of buffer here. And again, that means I have to go back up here and say cell towers. Make sure it's cell towers at the top. Buffer of cell towers 2. I'm going to add a 2 to that. And I'm going to run my analysis. Okay, and so here we are, we have our buffers, and so now we have again 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10. And so again, if we look at these, we have our single buffers which have not been dissolved, and then our multi-ring buffers that have been. And I'm going to turn off this so you can kind of see. You'll notice what you see through here, this dissolved characteristic. Now there is no equivalent to the Thiessen polygon in the Arconline environment. There is, however, an important kind of comparative idea, and that is what we would call drive time distances. And so I do want to point that out, although we're not going to be doing this class. And what this does is it creates the areas that are within a given time distance. And so again, for those of you in Arc Online, you're simply going to be creating your buffers here, and we'll see you next time.